Hello everyone, good evening to all. Welcome back to another session organized by the BISP Solutions on Oracle Tax Reporting Cloud Service, that is the TRCS. In this session, we are going to study about the data loading through jobs, and we are going to also cover up the remaining way of loading the metadata, that was the flat file import, that was the CSV or Excel, and we're also gonna actually summarize the smart view and the data management or the integration tool also. So we explored the basis of, in previous class we explored the basis of this, what is smart view, how it works, and metadata loading through data management and the integration tools. So in today's session we are going to go deeper into the loading of metadata via jobs and through flat file import. So we have already actually discussed uh, what was metadata, what is EPM Automate, but we will still once again just summarize it up. So the EPM Automate refers to here the command line tool that allows administrator to automate repetitive tasks like metadata load, export or backup. Meaning if when you once load the data itself, and you actually program it that when it has to be run and what time, how many times, what time it will end, it load the data itself, export itself and backup itself accordingly. Then we are actually studying about data loading through jobs. So let's actually study that. Let me define you that what is the meaning of job. So here the jobs are the predefined system processes in EPM cloud that execute specific tasks such as loading metadata, refreshing the cube or importing metadata. Even you can schedule the loading and importing or exporting during a specific hour or time period. Here the key job for metadata is importing metadata. File format that is supported is CSV, zip files, dimension specific templates, etc. So here the job actually saves the time and reduce the manual errors and can be scheduled for regular runs. So how actually you don't have to, when you upload a file for example, then you don't need it to actually execute it yourself, and you have to wait till that time. You can schedule it that if you don't want it right now, you can schedule it for a future period at a specific time. It will load it, and if there are any errors, then it will tell you that these are the error in the data, so you can rectify it. And then we come to our point, that is the error handling. So in error handling, the common metadata errors are the invalid member, duplicates in hierarchy, missing parent reference, incorrect file format. There are different errors apart from that, but these are the four common ones. So here invalid member, we can take example that if you load an account called revenue 25, but the system doesn't allow the number at the end, it will automatically throw an error that in with alpha it is only alphabetic, not numerical. If with revenue you can even add expense, but you can't add 2025. So here the metadata must follow the naming rules defined in the TRCS. Either it is wholly numerical, either it is wholly alphabetical, or it's a mixture of two of them. Duplicates in hierarchy. So we can take again an example that the same entity, like Indian entity, we can take appear twice in file under two different parents. Like if there are two times that the Indian entity is repeating, and so it will create an error or the ruckus in the jurisdiction that we are working on. So here TRCS requires each member to exist only once in the hierarchy. So the next point here we are gonna go on is the missing parent reference. So every child must have a valid parent. For example, if you assign Delhi as an entity and under parent it is India entity, but India entity isn't in the metadata file, then where it will go? According to the, or we can take that it's Alabama entity under India under US entity, but there isn't any US entity, so where will the Alabama go? So here every child must have a valid parent. Then we come to our next one, that is the incorrect file format. So here it refers to that the system only accepts properly formatted CSV files. Even if you are saving it under different name, it's like comma delimited. We can just take an example. For example, this is our one of the files. You go to save as computer, then here you can see the save type. It will only actually accept CSV comma delimited. It will not also accept any other type of delimited or CSV like this m dots or CSV or text MDOS. These will not be accepted. So you only have to actually take this CSV comma delimited as your file type. Example that there are extra commas, wrong column headers, or the saving in the XLSX instead of CSV. So it can create a actually error in the data loading. So to actually remove this type of things, so the system only accepts properly formatted CSV files. Now under the handling strategy, we have actually how to handle and tackle these errors, these types of errors. So we have here is that checking error logs, means we can say that reviewing error logs, checking error logs, or anything else that we would like to see. So after running the job, you have to go to the job console, that is, and view the details and download the error logs. And when you have downloaded it, you can just go into that log and see that where from, at what specific point the error has started happening and till where it is. So you can actually read the data, and it will also tell you that in which data, in which section or which column it is having error. Is it with the comma, it is with the any other actually symbols, etc. Now if we come to the another one, that is here is fix errors at data at sources and rerun. So here it always corrects error in CSV file itself, not directly in the application, and re-upload the fixed file and rerun the job. Then we have here is email notification. So by the name you can actually get it that email notification means you will receive any sorts of notification if when the data is loaded or if there is any error on the new email itself. So here admin can't actually sit every job, means they don't have the time itself that they can sit and just see that what is the error. We have to wait for the data loading itself. So there is a notification alert that give us the alert of success or failure. Alright, so there are two types of notification which we receive under here. That is a job completion notification, that is either the success or the failure or error reports attached. If there is a job that you have actually run, then it means that it will either be a success or a failure. If it is success, then you will receive a mail that the job that you have run at a specific time, that will be XYZ at a in whichever dimension, is successful. And if it's a failure, then it will report you that it was a failure, and it will attach a log that this is all the logs, and you can see it where it went wrong. So this was all the theoretical knowledge that we have under the data loading through jobs. Now we are going to actually practice on a practical basis. So before starting with, we are gonna start with here the flat file import, that is CSV or Excel file, because this is the base of actually data loading through metadata loading through jobs. Let's start. We have actually a file here, the metadata, that we have actually worked, and we have actually studied that this is all the data that we have. This is what a metadata look like, this vast. Then we have discussed the variance, that is the what is this variance property, is it expense or non-expense, and the source where it is coming from, that is console. Then the account type, is it a revenue or is it expense, assets or liability. Then we have data type, what data type it is. Then storage, that it is a stored, dynamic cal, never share or shared. These are our parents, these are accounts, and these are the alias. Here alias are actually the name that that we gave to parent or name or parent or account. Okay, so this is our CSV file. It is named here account metadata. Let's see, I will save it once on desktop. CSV comma delimited. See, you can see here it is already in a delimited, so we are gonna leave it right here. We are gonna go on our application. So here is our application interface. This is the home page. From here we will navigate to the application. Click on application, go under the overview. We have to actually reload the application. Sometimes it doesn't work if there is a lot of actually crowd or any load on server from another place. Okay, so we will go to application under overview. Right now I am telling you this how to actually simply load the metadata without use of jobs. So here under actions you can go to this is, you can see import data, export data. Here we have an option that is inbox and outbox explorer. We will click on it. See, you can see there is data. So inbox and outbox means, inbox means that if there is any data that is stored on the application cloud itself, or outbox referring to that if we are bringing any actually data from outside our application, that is from the local files in the computer, in any other file source. So we will upload it. We will choose a file. Here under desktop I'm going to the application account metadata. We'll actually copy the name of it, open, upload the file. See, the file upload is completed. Now as it is completed, we will just refresh it once, so we can see that it is here. Then we will close it. Then under dimensions, as this is all the account data, we are gonna actually go here and we will click here import. Under import we are gonna going to create a job. Inbox. Now we have a file right here and it will be .csv. It is a comma delimited, and the account, the file that which we have actually put it in the inbox is account underscore metadata, which is in .csv. Now we will save. Import data, create one. Okay. So under this, here we are gonna create, choose a file. See, if you are actually choosing local, that means you are actually choosing it from a computer or a on a device from which you are actually accessing the application itself. So right now if I go to choose file, here you can see that I have my metadata CSV right here. So first we will open it from here. Both ways, we are going to do both ways. Then direct import, you can see, go. Now as we have started the import itself, we will just close from right here and we will go to jobs. Jobs also provide the history of that what actually the recent activity they have conducted. Here you can see that you have imported a metadata right here, so it is right now processing, so we will wait till then. As we have also actually opted for the option, if it was successful, refresh the data itself. If you don't choose it after the importing of data, you have to refresh it manually right from here. So you have to actually remember that what command you have put. If you have actually marked the refresh, that refresh data, then it's actually gonna refresh itself automatically through automation, and if not, then you have to manually refresh it from right here. We'll refresh it once. You can also refresh it to see the processing itself. See, here is our main file, import metadata, that is in processing. Refresh the database, that means it is imported perfectly. It is refreshing all the actually dimensions and different actually attributes in the cube, that is console, config, cbcr, rates, etc. See, import metadata completed 7 seconds ago. Refresh database completed 7 seconds ago. So this was the way this we are talking about this. So this was one of the way of loading metadata, that was flat file import csv. So how does the it help us in actually maintaining the base for the data loading through jobs? So as you have loaded the data through here, right here, now if you need, you can actually go to the overview again. You have actually under actions, you have actually imported your data right here, that is the account metadata .csv. We will go to the dimensions. Under dimensions import, under import you can create a job, but we have to create a job, we have to actually click the inbox. So we have clicked the inbox, then we will actually put our file name here, that was account underscore metadata in form of csv. Then we will save it as a job. We will give it a name, example TRCS training. Then the edit file will be with the name. We will just copy paste it, TRCS training. You copy it, and we can just give it that metadata, that that will be TRCS training MD. Then we will save it. See, the job has been saved. We don't have the option under the inbox to validate or import. We just have it as a save as job. So now we will refresh it once. Here you can see the TRCS training is actually the job has been created. Now either you can there are two ways to run it. Either you run it manually from here, as you have actually done all the procedure, but you don't need the data right now. So when you will need the data, you can do it in two ways. That is actually automate a future day so that it can load itself, or you can actually do it right here by force actually importing. So for force importing, you have to click on this, go on the under the actions, click on expand. See, here you can save delete. If you want to delete it, you can just click here and delete it, and then refresh, it will be deleted. So now we will gonna create again so that we can move further with it. Save as jobs. Account metadata .csv, save as jobs. Here we have TRCS training, here we have TR6 training, that will be metadata, and we will save it. Close. Then we will refresh it from right here. See, we have it. Now we are actually gonna submit it, but what we have created is that import metadata. From here, if we submit it, it is trying to actually load in all the dimensions and all the attributes under the configuration, so it is gonna fail. You can go to the process itself if you do all over, but we have actually done it under the training, so it is under that account section, so it is not gonna. I'm gonna actually tell you that we can have some error so that we can see that what was the error. See, it is completed. TRCS training is completed. Now you can refresh it around. Alright. Now if you need to schedule a job, then you come here. See, here you have import metadata. If you need to run it once, then you run, or if you need to run again and again, then you schedule it from where it will be starting and what will be the end date, right? So we will move to the next one. This is just for explaining. Right now I am not going with it. So here you can see that we can import different metadata. So now we will go to previous. We have to run it once, then we will put next, click next. It is a TRCS training. We'll click next. See, time zone is not applicable. Schedule starting, here you can see. Then you can go that in Indian region. You can find the Indian region. Here's Kolkata. We can take it. We can actually choose a date. So today's date is 28th of August. Here's 28th of August 2025, and then we will go on time. Right now it is 6:20, so we will schedule it for 6:22 p.m. right? So we will click OK. Now we will give we are going to give it metadata loading through jobs. Next we have to actually load this TRCS training. So next, see here under the review, the name will be the name under which it's gonna load is metadata jobs. Then jobs type is importing metadata. Job name is TRCS training. It is scheduled for 28th of August 2025, 6:22 p.m. Occur daily. Schedule end time forever and Indian Standard Time. Now we will finish it. See, in 43 seconds it's gonna run itself. We can also edit it before that we actually are scheduling now. Run once, next, and finish. As we have to actually load the metadata once itself. We don't need it to actually load daily. If we load daily, then all the data that which you are putting will be shuffled up, and some of that custom dimension that you have made will actually also be removed. It will be hard for you. So we will wait for 9 more seconds, then we are gonna refresh it. See, it's processing on the pending job, the MD jobs, that metadata jobs, and under the recent activity you also see that it is processing right now. We will refresh it once. See, under jobs it's completed now. So this is the way of actually using the jobs. Under the jobs also show that what activity you have ran. Under it means you can just refer to the history of activities that you have run through it, the loading of data, or refreshing the database itself, or if you need to schedule anything, or if or like you have to run actually what you can say is a data maintenance itself, then it is through this. Then we talking about the error, we can go to overview this time. So under actions we will directly import the data right here. We will create one. We are going to choose a file, consider location, merge, replace, accumulation, none, choose a file. Here we have metadata. We will open it up. We will have date, month, and then year. Missing data label will be TRCS. Then we are gonna actually import it. import successful. You can see here. We will gonna close it. We are gonna go on jobs, and here we have an error. So to see this error, you actually have to click on this. You have to hover it up, click on import metadata. Here you can see that the load ID is 15. The type is data import. It was ran by the administrator. The dimension was period. The start time was 28 August 2025. That was 6:53. Oh, 6:24. And its records read is 1, record process is 2. So under this we have here that show errors, either warnings. If we have, see, switching node, the export smart list label switch is being ignored as an import operation was specified. Then under info we have info, the general info. Then here you have not saving metadata on data loads, batch mode. So we actually haven't specified that in what area or in what place it has to be actually put it into. We have here error, unable to set temporary driver members, cannot find the cube with name, this with the symbol or marks, unable to obtain dimension information and or to perform a data load. And if we click on all, we can see all the ones that we have here. Or either you can actually have a job status here on clicking the error, unable to set a temporary driver member as cannot find the cube name, outline load finish with errors, check the details in the status. So this is one of our error. So here in this actually we have studied about the loading of data through the CSV in today's session, and through jobs we can schedule it at any time that you want it to be loaded, and how many times you want to run it through, at what time, what date, and if you need it to run once. And in overview, how we have actually learned the process of directly importing a data or scheduling it through jobs. Then we are just gonna go through the previous session very quickly. That is that we are talking about here is that the another way, that was the smart view integration. We can see it here through this smart view, that we have put actually a value. This was a smart view. Through Excel, when we connect it, we load all the data in these things. Before loading, we actually set up that what is going to be a multi-gap, for example the local gap, or the intercompany, no intercompany, under jurisdiction that will be, or no jurisdiction or any jurisdiction like Alabama, UK or India. The movement that you actually want to work on, either it will be trial balance or it can be balance sheet, the data source where it is coming from, the consolidation that you are gonna run, the currency we are talking about, either it is no currency, entity currency, or USD, INR, etc. And after actually filling it all up, then we can actually submit the data. And if you are gonna add another period, so you actually paste it right here that we have seen, and then we can refresh it, then it will create one more block of period right here, and with the year itself, providing you the year itself after refreshing. Then the another way that we have actually studied was going through on the navigation. Under the integration, we have data management. Under data management, we have learned about, we are gonna open it again, and it's not loaded well. Okay, it's actually takes some time to load itself. We have learned about the integration setup. So the process was that we first go on the integration setup. Through import format, we create actually that from which source to which target it is gonna be, in what format. Here it is, TRCS training 1. You can see here which format, from which type, what is the file type, what was the source, what is the target, and we are going to save it. Then another was the location, that at what location you needed. Here we have created it, TRCS MD. You can see that import format was TRCS training. So we have created a location. Now after this, we go to the workflow. Under workflow, we go add the data load mapping. Then the data load mapping, here the location that we have set, we will choose that location. Going through here, if you have this location, you can actually reset it, that the cloud ERP, because it's just gonna show the location that the cloud ERP if we have here. Then after resetting, we can search it again. We have here the TRCS MD, we're going to choose it. We actually have to choose the period itself, then the category, it can be actual, we can reset it, or planned. This is the dimension that we are talking about, actual, plan and forecasting. Alright, then we will choose OK. See what mapping we have chosen, it's like mapping. Then after that we are gonna go to the data load rule. See, under data load rule, we have actually created a file that is md underscore, it's actually not showing the name, we have put the TRCS itself, but no problem. Then we have actually created what the import format was, TRCS training. We have created here the TRCS training. So the import format that we have created was the structure that we are going to use in data rule, and here is the location that we created in the data integration. So all the steps are needed. If you are making an error somewhere, then actually you have to check the minor things. For example, under we go here under the import format. If we go under the import format under TRCS training, this you can take this. For example, if you load all the details once, like you are putting account, alias, parents, and 132, and then saving it, it will give you an error that the field number is invalid.